to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. It's Brian, Jason, Kevin, and Joe. Let's just start the show.
Actually, Brian, if I may interrupt, there is
means.
a pressing matter that I want to bring to the table for the show that occurred this week. Kevin.
Yeah, hi.
Tell us how awesome the WNBA is, please.
Okay. It was amazing. It was
yes,
amazing.
I knew it.
So we last what I don't even remember what day
it was. Saturday.
Might have been no, I remember the game. Laura and I were looking at tickets, and we are like, Caitlin Clark didn't come back on Thursday, and we're like, oh, do we go? We can go three tickets. It was like upper deck, like fourth row or fifth row, and it was like three tickets for like $75 or something, so cheap. And then she announced on Friday they went up pretty good, and then we're like, oh, let's look on Saturday. So we go. Caitlin's back. First thing I can say. Because they play the same place the Indianapolis Pacers play, so Gamebridge Fieldhouse, huge place, like 17,000 people. We get there half hour early, and I mean the place is just rocking. And the Liberty we're playing, so New York has a really, really impressive team too. But I mean, just the amount of kids, like
that's the point. It's very similar.
All ages.
It's very similar to minor league baseball, Kevin. Brian.
Yep.
And they have like they do, because they have a girl, like an MC doing fun games all the timeouts, like, and then dancing with the kids, flex camp. Like, it was like the NBA experience, but yeah, minor league kind of. And then just overall seeing Caitlin Clark in person.
Dude, she had those 3 threes back to back to back. It was awesome.
It was insane. So I literally would rank that first ever like experience, probably top 5 sporting event I've ever been to, like first ever experience.
Top 5?
But like, I mean, like your first Tigers game, your first WWE, like that type of thing.
Kevin, you don't
like, wait, what?
Kevin, you don't have to justify your rankings. I mean, he doesn't like women's sports, which is weird because he has 2 daughters. It's the craziest thing.
All right.
But overall, I would say top 10 sporting event I've ever been to. Just seeing those back-to-back threes. It was like 3 threes in 42 seconds. It was insane.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw what happened the other night. She got poked in the eye, pushed the girl, and then she got body checked, and then later Cunningham took the girl out.
Yeah, spicy.
And because of that, Cunningham's jersey sold out on WNBA.com. Because this is what I don't understand why they let Caitlin Clark get just fucking beat up. Like, this isn't I don't know if it's like the Jordan rules, in the 80s or what, but man, Kevin, I was so happy when I saw you guys went to the game. I was at a work event and I was like, yes, exactly. The WNBA is so much fun. And I'm glad that you went, and I'm glad you guys had a blast. And Brian,
the devotion to this bit.
It's not a bit.
There's no limit.
I tried to
it's
buy
amazing.
the Cunningham jersey today, thinking it might have been back in stock, but it's not.
Is anything hanging on the wall yet? The Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie jersey.
The Lobo one's coming.
All right.
I'm doing some work by next week, which, Brian, you will not be here.
Correct.
I should have my new set put together for the podcast. But yeah,
that might be the one thing that convinces me that this is a legit fandom of yours.
Do you know what you need? You need like a Rebecca Lobo or Lisa Leslie cardboard cutout. Like, so you can stand next to it. All of us would stand next to it and be like, damn, they tall.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
He'll take that under consideration.
I will.
Well, maybe you can like.
Also, speaking of things that I've purchased that I should have, you can see over my shoulder here.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I just opened it today or yesterday.
Thank you,
I guess
Darren
I guess I didn't read the description properly because there were only 6 turnbuckles. You need 12.
Oh no.
The ring ropes were so stretched out. Like they could probably go around twice. So I have reordered. I have replacements coming. So Hopefully by next week, the new set, the LJN ring will be set up. I was working on it last night, Wednesday, while watching Dynamite. If you're we're recording on Thursday, but yeah. So
So,
Well,
so
you
we're not
saved some-
accusing Darren Ravel
No, well,
of
it's-
false
well,
I thought it was
advertising.
new for some
I didn't
reason.
buy it from Darren Ravel. I bought it from the auction house that sold it for him.
Well,
And I didn't.
Okay.
I never looked at I just assumed it was a thing because you told me to do it, and I did it for
Money
the sake
well
of this
spent.
show. I love this show, and I will do anything to create content, including
Yep.
spending a lot of hundreds for a ring that now isn't even complete. So, yeah,
buyer beware.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker. But WNBA rules, Kevin can attest now.
Oh, it's cool. Brian, I say, bring the fam down. We'll meet you there.
I say if the Detroit Shock come back, then
You'll be shocked.
Look at me in front row, and we'll
That won't happen.
take it again. Yeah, exactly.
Was it Nancy Lieberman Klein? Is that who was on the Shock? At
She's
one point?
Joe, can you confirm or deny any
I
WNBA
don't
Detroit
remember.
Shock knowledge? Okay.
The
all right.
only thing I remember was they won the championship the same year the Pistons did in 2004.
2004.
Bill
They-
Lambier.
The Lambier was the coach. Yeah.
Fun Nancy Lieberman Klein story. I do have one. When I interned in the G League for the Texas Legends, part of our things that we had to do is we had to help run the kids camp. Then they had some alumni, Lieberman Klein, Dale Harris, Spud Webb, and a few
Spud.
others. And I got to run drills for them to show about pick and roll and for the kids and stuff. Yeah.
That's
Nancy
fun,
Lieberman
man.
Klein, yeah.
Shout out.
I did get a picture with the WNBA championship trophy. I was really impressed with that. I'm like,
Isn't it like a mini version of the NBA trophy?
it's a little bit smaller and
Just
it's
just
silver.
small. Yeah. Maybe they need to rethink that.
Give
now.
it a chance, Brian.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Brian,
you guys will love
that was
it.
22 years ago. It may be updated.
Maybe different by now. Yes. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Hey, we could talk wrestling too.
Yeah.
If you guys feel like
But I mean,
it.
I would love to talk more WNBA. I'm definitely down for that.
Well, it's like the end of that you mentioned Sophie. Do you even know what happened, Brian, by the way, when he mentioned Sophie Cunningham?
Yeah, the clip of the girl defend on her teammate, right? Like defending her and like
Yeah, do you see the end where she like grabbed a girl's head and was like
Yeah.
yelling at? And then the security guards just like this. The fans in the background. It was kind of like a wrestling event because you see fans in the background. There's like a, I don't know, 21-year-old woman. She's like, ooh.
this is what the
It was
WNBA
fun.
needs.
So, Jason,
Yes.
does this answer your question why the refs let the players beat the crap out of Caitlin Clark yet? We're talking about it. It's like taking over the headlines over the Stanley Cup champion back-to-back Florida Panthers and the
Who
NBA
cares?
Finals.
And
No, but
gold.
Hockey in Florida. Come on, man. That's
Hey.
never gonna work.
that's never going to work. They just
one of these days.
in the past 30 years, they have way more Stanley Cups than all of the Canadian teams.
Oh, that's their
It's
problem.
true. It is true.
I think they have like since the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup was 93 where it was Montreal. I think Florida has 7 Stanley Cups since then.
That's crazy.
a
Because of
lot.
Tampa too. Yeah.
Because of
That
Tampa
makes
too,
sense.
yeah.
Right.
In Detroit and Pittsburgh each have 2 in the last 30 years, right?
We're good.
No,
Pittsburgh
Oh.
has 3.
I think
and
3.
Detroit has 4.
No,
97,
Pittsburgh has
98, 20,
5.
2002, and 2008.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I was
Pittsburgh has
thinking
4.
back-to-backs.
Pittsburgh has 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have nice.
Should have been back to back in 2009, but they blew Game 7 against a team that
Wah,
shall not be
wah.
named.
All right, Brian, we will talk wrestling, but I now have your official entrance music.
I was
here.
just starting a show by Penguin. What are you talking about? No.
Oh.
Okay.
Here is your official entrance music to start talking about wrestling.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
a
Oh,
wonderful falsetto. Yeah,
man.
let's start things off with the big return. Not entirely surprising, but still a
Oscar?
fun.
We talking Oscar?
We're
That
not ready
was
for
promoted. That
We are
was
not ready for
promoted.
that.
Yeah, Oscar was back. Very true. But I was thinking about Goldberg, fellas. Goldberg is back. He is challenging Gunther for the title at Saturday night's main event. Lot of criticism I saw online about this, of just I guess it's really how serious do you want to take kayfabe in that Goldberg just shows up and gets a title match. He's had 5 matches in 6 years. He's only won 1 of them. There was no, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis was on Monday, I think, for Adam to be like, let's make this official. He came out, he saw Gunther, and said, you're next. And then I think by the time they came back from a commercial break, they had the graphic up of the title match. Does this bother you guys at all, or is this just not a big deal and we move on?
It's not a big deal, and here's why. Goldberg's last 10 matches. I did some homework on this one. We'll start at Kevin Owens. That match was 22 seconds. Brock Lesnar, 4:45. Undertaker, 8:35. Dolph Ziggler, 1:50. The Fiend, 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Braun Strowman, 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Drew McIntyre, 2 minutes, 32 seconds. Bobby Lashley, 7 minutes, 20 seconds. Bobby Lashley, 11 minutes, 25 seconds. And Roman Reigns, 6 minutes. This will be a 5-minute match. This is what Saturday night's main event is all about. This isn't pay-per-view. This is broadcast television. And Goldberg, regardless of what he is now, he draws because of
Fair.
what he did 20 years ago in WCW. So this is not a big deal. This is a popcorn match. Now, look, fuck it. I'll say it. If Goldberg wins,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
Okay.
Of the podcast. I'm off the podcast. I am out of everything pro wrestling.
Thank you. Okay.
Brian,
Okay.
you inherit at least the podcast.
He might win.
You know what? Brian inherits the stretched out ropes from the
I think I have
That's your
partial
collectible
ownership of
item.
that. Yeah.
Brian, you just got a new belt.
Yeah.
No, fuck no, he doesn't.
Well, and that's the thing too that's been in the back of my mind, Jay, about okay, we still have some time. It's what, July 12th. They haven't said on TV like this is Goldberg's retirement match.
Well, that's what it's been leading up to. It's been one more match.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's done interviews, there's been stories like he's going to do one more match. We haven't seen that mentioned on TV. So, that's what has me scared on today in the back of my mind of, but god damn it, what if he wins? What if he wins? That's where
Is it
I
for the
get
title?
worried.
Is it for
Yes,
the title?
it's for the title.
It is?
Yeah, I
Yep.
think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's no way he wins. And if he does, Brian, I'm off the podcast.
But I might want to be off the pod too.
And it's Joe, and it'll be like Joe's birthday present a month later.
It's
So,
the JK show. Yes.
But if they're gonna bill it as his last match, at least bill it as if Goldberg loses, he retires forever, right?
But
that's
they
what a
never said
retirement
that.
match is.
But they never said that.
yeah,
but
we
I'm
can
saying,
get there. We have time.
Build that title or retirement, right? Something like that. But I don't mind him coming back. Jay mentioned the draw. I agree. He's nowhere near to a Cena. At time of height, I would claim that he was bigger than Cena
Of
in
course
his
he
height
was.
in
Yes.
WCW, right?
At his
Cena
peak,
went
of
on
course.
what? He didn't win a match for what, 5 years? And then
Something
he
like that.
went automatically into the elimination chamber, didn't have to qualify, won that, and won the belt. And now he is unstoppable. Goldberg will be nothing like that. But I'm trying to get out of my doesn't it deserve it, because immediately I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Now I'm like, okay, bring it on. I do like it. For some reason, I thought it was going to be SummerSlam. I like it that it's Saturday Night Main Event because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
do
even
too.
know there was going to be a Saturday Night Main Event in July already. It seems like they're pumping them out like every other month. So I was pleasantly surprised with that, just because I thought, that could have been a big SummerSlam match. So what will happen? I'd say I'm 50-50 right now. I don't think Goldberg is not going to win. I don't think he will win. I just think if he does beat Gunther, how do they protect Gunther for not looking like a piece of poop? I don't want to see a 2-minute match.
Well, that's what it's going to be.
That's what I
It's Saturday night's main event. It's Goldberg. It's going to be 5 minutes or less. And that's
I
what we
bet that.
want. That is what we need to make this happen.
Somehow, I want Gunther coming out of it looking okay. That's my dream scenario if he loses.
All right, Joe, where you stand on this?
A couple things. One, Saturday night's main event's main purpose is to draw in nostalgia fans and possibly turn them into new fans. That's all that. So not being on a PLE is okay. It makes sense that way. That's the pro of it being on Saturday night's main event. The con is, and con is no pun intended, but it makes sense. This is what we've made fun of AEW for. Just throwing matches together that are dream matches with no build. And we've been saying WWE has been building towards matches. This is
Watch your
like
mouth, Joe. Watch
this
your
reeks-
mouth.
this reeks of Vince McMahon. It does not reek of the new regime.
Mm,
And that's what really
fair.
bothers me about it. And I'm on the fence and leaning more towards Goldberg's going to win.
Jesus.
Goldberg's going to win. And I hope that my losing streak continues the way
We
I
don't
did with
pick
the last
these.
one.
We don't
We
pick
don't pick
these.
these.
Right,
But
right.
the way I've been picking, even like watching Raw, I'm like losing everything. I think Goldberg's going to win this because he never said it was his last match. And even when he does say it's his last match, when he faced Roman Reigns,
He said
and
that before.
he said that to Roman Reigns. He
Yeah.
said, "You're last," instead of saying "you're next." He said, "You're
Yeah.
last."
Let me ask you this.
Obviously not. So this is going to be just playing the hits. It's in Atlanta. It's during All In's weekend, so that's why they're doing it too.
Right.
And Goldberg's going to win, and it's going to.
Jesus.
And here's the thing: everyone online is going to be all angry about this, but the people in the crowd are going to be cheering as soon as they hear that music, and that's all the WWE cares about, not the internet. They care about the people who are paying for attendance.
And Joe will be happy because I will no longer be a part of this.
That's why I
podcast.
don't want you to do this. I don't want you to, because you cannot.
Wait, are you saying something nice about me, Joe? Is that what's happening here?
Because Superman needs his Lex Luthor. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Batman needs
I'm
the
more
Joker.
of a Batman. Yeah.
No, you're not. No. Batman needs the Joker, is what I'm saying. You can't leave based on Goldberg. And Brian, if there was ever a night to wear the Goldberg sucks shirt, it's tonight. And you blew it.
after he has that match. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that was my other thing that I kept coming back to. I have no problem with Goldberg even wanting to have one more match. I think Gunther is the perfect opponent. I think, Joe, that you're not completely true in that it's like, oh, they just threw this together. They had that interaction.
Oh, who remembered that 8 months ago?
Well, hopefully wrestling fans.
Long-term storytelling.
Goldberg remembered because he called it out.
It wasn't that the same night The Rock put a number 3 up for some reason.
There's
A lot happening that night. Yeah, it was.
Who lifted the briefcase at King of the Ring 99? Tell me.
We're about to find out. But no, but what I came back to about this is a title match and everything is for Goldberg's last match, I would want to root for Goldberg as a fan and say, like, hope you have a good performance. I hope you win, get a cool, like, that one classic Rocky movie where he fought Antonio Tarver.
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, like that's the angle. I'm like, let's go, Goldberg. Have a good last match. I don't want him to win. And you're right, Joe. Everybody in Atlanta will want him to win. But yeah, like that just, it feels wrong to me. I would want him to have a cool performance. And if it was not for a title, hell, yeah, beat Gunther. Okay, we'll go from there. But now I'm just like, no,
He's going to win.
So he will go, if he wins the belt, he'll go down in history as the oldest world heavyweight champion ever. 58. To hold
probably
what they
right.
took that belt
than
made this
whatever Ric Flair's oldest time was. Yeah.
What about Vince McMahon?
What about Vince? Yeah.
How old was he when he
might
won
have
the
been
championship that one night?
Yeah.
57
like-
and 364.
Just over.
I
Yeah.
look forward. I want to see Gunther at least get a chop in. And
he's got to.
I can. If Jay's prediction was correct,
Jason's
If
online
it's-
looking
if
for
it's
new
2
podcasts
minutes.
to join.
say if it's 2 minutes, Gunther can wind up for a chop Goldberg duck, hit the rope, spear win, and never take a
Okay.
chop.
Here's the scenario, Jason, to save you once Goldberg wins. What if Seth cashes in immediately afterwards and becomes champion? Are you back on the show?
No, because Goldberg win. Goldberg won the title. He beat Gunther. And Brian, it's all
You've
in
got
your
to
hands.
stop putting your podcasting career on the line over a Gunther match.
The only thing is if that
Oh,
did-
this is yeah, okay, yeah.
if that potentially happened, I would love to see Seth somehow not cash it in, and then you have Goldberg spearing Braun Breaker somehow to like close the show. Because I'm guessing it's going to be main event, right?
You'd
I mean,
have
I'm not
to
gonna lie.
think so.
I enjoy this Goldberg's Last Ride T-shirt.
Yeah, it's
t-shirt looks
sharp.
great.
So like, and it says Last Ride. So yeah, this is his last match.
Yeah.
Without them saying it, they're saying it on the shirts. I'm looking at it right now.
Well, unless he wins, and then that ride is a little bit more gas
Oh
in
my
the tank.
God.
No, he
Yeah.
can just retire with the belt like Cena's gonna do at the end of the year.
The ride just keeps going.
Wow, that
I
would
don't know.
Maybe it's
put a
an
lot of
electric
prestige to
vehicle.
both championships.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
they've
Jason.
got some time till July 12th, so I'm not closing the book on all my opinions or anything.
Right.
But little bit of a auspicious start.
Mm-hmm.
There's Goldberg.
So- yes, this is Goldberg. Look up the Roy Mercer prank phone call if you don't know what we're talking about with Goldberg. Classic. On a much more lighter and happier note, I thought we should dedicate a few moments to give Corey Graves his flowers.
And Glaves.
Him too.
Yeah.
Him too.
He's
great.
He's amazing.
He's great.
Yeah, Corey, we talked last week about the AAA Worlds Collide show, and he had to do play-by-play for that. And what a hard job that must have been to have all these different luchadors that he's never been on TV with and everything. And he did fantastic. And then Pat was off on Monday. He comes in, and it's just like him and Cole, they fit like a glove. They work so well together. And I just wanted to, I think it was another thing to have people's eyes open up of just like, God damn, he's so good. So if you're in charge, and Jay, we know your move because you're not a McAfee guy. But like, what would you do? Because obviously he's doing his thing on NXT, but Vic Joseph's there and Booker T. It's a 3-man booth. It's the different dynamic. What's kind of your move here?
Have they said why McAfee has not been on the air the last couple weeks? Like, it was that soccer tournament thing, and now like with the NBA Finals, like
That
That would have been my
I'm-
guess. Is
I don't know.
Pacers.
Pacers related, yeah.
or maybe people were just realizing he ain't that good. He's not. Look, Corey Graves and Corey Glaves, amazing at what they do. So I would put Glaves on NXT, Graves on Raw.
Fair. Kev, where do you stand with Corey?
One,
We'll stick with Graves.
Which
we'll
one?
get to Glaves the next podcast. Yes.
one. It's really nice to watch my first UFL games of the season. The last about 8 days of Michigan Panthers, the semifinals and the championship game. Nice to see Tessitore being the
He was on those?
he was
Nice.
the
Does it all.
main guy.
That Joe,
He was-
man. He's
So it's
got
like
it
I'm
all.
like, wait, I know that voice. It's tricky because I do like Pat, right? And I think each Raw and SmackDown have just such good synergy. The only one that makes sense if I did have to replace would be getting rid of Pat because I love the SmackDown teamwork. Cole can work with anybody. That's the compliment to Cole. I like Wade. I don't know, the only one that I could honestly think of, and I'm not piggybacking just to float the boat of Jason, but I would probably have to take Pat.
I mean,
but I
you
kind of like
should.
it that it's every now and then it switches it up a little bit.
You should listen and follow what I say. I am the champagne of pro wrestling podcasters. And
Like
yes,
a
I did
Miller
see that.
High
On,
Life.
yeah, I saw it on Miller Highlight Truck the other day. And I was like, that's good. I'm going to take that. Yeah, I mean,
Living the
look,
high
man,
life.
McAfee, this is a vanity project. This isn't, what Graves has worked for. I mean, shit, I've told the story where I watched him wrestle 18 years ago at RWA, where I work now, in front of like 35 people. He worked a 45-minute Iron Man match. Like, I know
Sterling Keenan,
Sterling
wasn't it?
James Keenan, because he loves the band Tool. Yeah,
man.
look, this guy, I've been a fan from day one, wrestler, interviewer. You know, he hosted those shows on the network about tattoos and other shit. Like, this is the guy. This is Cole. This is the next Michael Cole. I love Tessitore, but he's got a million other things going on. To have the guy who is loyal to WWE and be the guy for the next 25 years after Cole retires, it's Graves. It's absolutely Graves.
Joe?
From this Monday, there was something that really dawned on me. That's something that's Raw has been lacking. It's not because, and this isn't dogging McAfee, it's the fact that McAfee and Cole are face announcers. They haven't had a heel announcer on Raw in forever. Someone who takes the side of the heels. It's like, that's what makes a good team.
Fair.
Corey Graves does that. He's not dogging Dominic the whole time. He's like basically taking the side of the Judgment Day, but still doing it like as an announcer. That's what Raw needs. That's what it dawned on me on Monday, where it's like, it was so great seeing Corey back, but it was really more important hearing him back because of the story that was told throughout the night. It was both sides, both heel and face, getting their flowers all night. And when it's McAfee and Cole, it's them talking up the faces and McAfee talking up himself the entire night. Now, do we get rid of anybody? No, because I think Cole and McAfee still have good chemistry together, but Corey being part of a 3-man team with those three, having someone, the story will still move on, and, you know, turn McAfee's microphone down a little bit sometimes to when it's big time events.
Norman Reigns.
I thought you're on the same wavelength I was, Joe. Like, that was how the PLEs were like a year ago. It was Cole, Corey, and McAfee. And that's how I would probably put Corey on Raw. SmackDown, you know, if Joe Tess is good, Joe Tess is good. Let him keep doing that. And Wade's fantastic. And so, yeah, if it would work out, I would have Pat do just the PLEs so that when you have those big matches at the PLEs, that he can be, you know, he's got his niche. He's a hype man. He gets excited. He's over the top. He's not calling every move, you know, by its technical name. There's a place for that, I think. But yeah, I think just between him, Corey, and Cole together, that would be my like solution. And just, yeah, bring Corey back to Mondays. NXT, like he doesn't even need to be on NXT. Like Vic Joseph and Booker T. Yeah. Whether you like Booker T or not, like they've got their chemistry down.
Nobody likes Booker T.
I like Booker T. But it's the dynamic with Vic is what I love.
You also thought Greg Oden was going to be a better draft pick than Kevin Durant.
We all make mistakes. Yeah, okay, that's okay. But yeah, Vic,
another one.
Vic is the one who NXT Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend or like the Tuesday after called out Booker T for falling asleep during the Hall of Fame because they were in the same building. He goes, last time you were in your book, you were asleep.
Sleepy T.
And Booker T says, I was praying. I was praying. He goes, yeah, right. I love Vic Joseph, man. He can move up to the main roster too, just because of how good he is.
Yeah, but who takes a step back?
Exactly. No, I'm not picking anyone out.
Kick off, right?
I'm saying when Cole, you know, when Cole's done in 4 years or whatever that day comes. Yeah, I'm not replacing anybody. I'm just saying he's ready. He's fucking phenomenal. I love Vic Joseph. Although he did have a little botch. They were going over the qualifiers for this number one match against the North American champ for Evolution. And he said, a Lash Legend qualified. Jakara Jackson, and she was one of the releases from like a month ago.
Shit happens.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, you're still my boy, Vic. All right, let's get back into Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso won the 4-way. They've been doing these 4-way qualifiers to advance for King of the Ring. And it'll be Jey versus Cody. Who else was in that? Sheamus was in that. Rusev. And Bronson Reed, I think.
Yeah.
And I tell you guys, I mean, I like Jey Uso, but this is literally 1 week after he lost to Gunther. He's selling the injured ribs and all this stuff. It kind of took me out of it a little bit when he won. I'm like, really? Like, you could have slotted in any of those guys, and I thought.
But look at
I
the
just didn't
final
like it.
four for the men's.
Well,
Either
yeah, it's-
one, you have friends facing off against each other. So you got Randy versus Sammy tonight.
right.
And Monday night's
and
going to be Cody versus Jey.
Jey and
Now,
Cody,
if Sammy
yeah.
wins, you just have to imagine, will he face Jey? Those two are, Yeet brothers.
Well, that answer
And
would
then-
be yes, because they both would advance in the
I know,
finals.
but what I'm saying is that's the storyline. Like, you got the two best friends
Right.
facing each other. And then Cody versus Randy would be the other one. So I think it was brilliant
Right.
to have
Okay.
those be the final four.
Hadn't thought of it like
Legacy
that.
right there.
Legacy, yeah, and Cody and Randy even said, "I love you like a brother, but I'm punting you to get to Cena."
Yeah, I mean, Jey Uso is just there to sell T-shirts at this point. Like I said last week,
He's going to win
I
a
will be
championship again.
I will be the heavyweight champion before Jey Uso.
Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so
You're
how
gonna
about
have
this?
champagne.
If Goldberg wins, you're off the show, but when Jey Uso wins, you're back on.
That's the qualifier.
Yes.
No,
No.
because Night of Champions is next week.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Main Event's 3 weeks away.
Oh, right.
So I would have to come back to then leave. Nah. not-
Seth
No,
will cash
'cause-
it in.
no. Jay's going for
We'll mess it all up.
Jay's going for King of the Ring,
Yeet.
and that's the SummerSlam main event.
Yes,
Yeet.
that's true.
care.
Yeah,
It's
King
too
of the
much.
Ring
It's
goes
too
to
much.
SummerSlam.
Don't
But
care.
Kev, what do you think here? Because it was an eyebrow raiser to me to have him win. Joe, fair point.
I feel bad for Rusev. He hasn't really done much.
Been kicking the
since
shit
coming-
out of dudes.
Yeah, well,
Tozawa.
yeah.
And Otis.
Outside of the
I like it.
academy, I know,
Outside of the Alpha.
but that could have been a stepping stone. I feel like Bronson Reed. Honestly, if you have four legitimate guys, I like it when, you know what I mean, it could be a stepping stone to something greater, right? Maybe they want to have Randy win. They mentioned, I like the throwback to be a two-time winner like Bret Hart, right? That was a nice throwback on Monday night when they were talking about that. Jay winning, no one winning really does anything for me. It just makes, like Joe mentioned, the SummerSlam championship match mean something a little bit more, but I don't know. Hope maybe some shenanigans will happen and maybe Cody or Jay won't make it, or maybe
Well,
Someone-
one of them's going to have to because they're facing each other.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah. And then
Oh, jeez.
my girl. I'm so sorry. That damn Kyrie Zane. And honestly, to me, it didn't
Isn't
even
it
look that
Sane? Kyrie Sane.
bad. Kyrie Zane, yes.
You're saying Z.
Kyrie insane in the membrane.
That's not her name. It's Sane. S-A-N-E.
I'll call her whatever I want to call her for injuring my crush for reported 6 months. Liv Morgan. I obviously you saw her reaction. I didn't think of the moment though, and like they showed a replay. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, the shoulder popped out. Like
You guys-
Yeah.
Could
there
you
were
see
still
that? Okay.
not I couldn't see it on TV, but of
Yeah.
course the internet being the internet,
Okay.
it literally was like popping out of the shoulder. So
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. You know, it's an accident. Literally an
course.
accident. She was trying to brace herself on the way down, and it happens. I mean, shit. Remember when Randy broke his arm or trying to pound when he was going to kick someone?
Yeah.
I mean, it's dumb. It's just a fucking dumb accident. And what
It
sucks
is.
because Evolution she was going to be a big part of the Evolution booking, which sucks.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're going to get probably Ronda Rousey back and
Oh my.
Brie Bella and, the whole Total Divas
Tamina.
group, Paige, Tamina,
That's
bring them all
what's
back.
Tamina never left.
Renee
She's
Young, bring
gone.
her back too. Why not?
Yeah. Well, that's a little tough.
Well,
Renee
with
Young.
That one.
Renee Young.
Oh, Renee Young. Okay. I thought you
I'm
said
not
somebody
that
else.
insensitive.
Okay. Well, technology these days. I wasn't sure. There's a new Jurassic Park movie coming
No,
out.
it's going to be
right?
let's get Lita and Trish to save the day.
Says the guy
Sure.
that loves every Planet of the Apes movie that is still
Oh
coming.
yeah, all the
Fuck,
time.
don't.
I
ugh.
love those.
Anyway.
Those damn dirty apes. But okay, bigger picture though. Seeing that Liv's probably out a reported 6 months.
Rumble.
She's obviously involved in a lot of stuff, but especially this Judgment Day stuff with you've got Finn, who's the shit stirrer of all shit stirrers, and Roxanne Perez kind of trying to get on in there. Raquel's her tag partner. There's a lot happening here, man. Who has some ideas on kind of where it might go?
Dom's gonna get that ass.
Is that
that is what it's gonna be.
with Roxanne or
Yes.
Raquel or both?
Both.
Yes,
Same
both.
time.
Oh, both.
He's hardcore. He's
And
thinking of
JD?
both.
Yeah, I
Can't
think.
resist.
I mean, look, unless they're gonna make Dom face on his own, but I think he's gonna stick with Roxanne, which will be cool.
Wow.
It's going to be a rehash of when Rhea was gone last year, and Liv was trying to get into the clubhouse. Now Roxanne's going to be filling in while Liv's away, and Dom's going to play, and he's going to stay heel,
But
forever.
not a PS5. But not playing PS5.
No, yeah, those are gone.
Carlito
Those are
took
gone.
that.
He took it.
Carlito took it.
He did. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll do like the slot in of, when they ran the injury angle with Jade of like, hey, Naomi, you could be tag champ now too. Like, will
Get
Raquel
rid of
have
those titles.
Roxanne?
They're
I mean,
cursed.
Oh,
The
fuck. I
curse
didn't
is-
even think of that.
Yeah,
I didn't
the
even
curse
think of
is
the title
back.
curse. Wow. Okay.
feel like we were okay for a minute, but we're not. The curse
We're
still
not.
lives. No.
Give
So
them to
yeah.
the Bellas.
Yeah, yes, that was the rumor. But Kev, where do you see this, man? She's obviously a huge part of the show.
Agreed.
And Brian's heart.
She could
Yes.
get, fixed up. Maybe she could be a backstage only, no physical type interaction. I just wish Raquel didn't lose so many matches in a row, single matches, because if you would have at least made her win some of those, you could have had her go 1 versus 2, right? The women's
Yeah.
division is stacked for single wrestlers, but like once you put in some tag teams, what if she would have, been there alone, been destroying some ladies to make her build up to actually mean something? I've been hit or miss with Raquel. I feel like they're not using her appropriately. Like, and maybe this is it. If they take the title off her, I feel bad for her. I feel like you might as well just dump her. Like get rid of her if you're going to take the title off her. I think you need to build her up and going against 2 women at once, or like a tag team, 1 versus 2. Build her up as unstoppable.
She's not Ryback.
Well,
Yeah.
gotta do something. She can't lose against Kyrie Sane in a one-on-one match.
I don't
That would
think
be
anyone's going to want to wrestle her again.
Corey
That would
Graves
be-
was calling her Zane. That's
That would
why I
be
said
that would just be
Please.
that would be insane if she
it
lost
would.
that.
It certainly would.
Related to Sammy?
Yes.
It's a big loss,
Yeah,
right?
it
In the
is.
ring, amazing talent. In after wrestling, going back and you just see her, like emotional, like in like walking in with Roxanne, like just you feel for everything that you see, and it sucks that if she's off our screens for 6 months.
Yeah, I'm just the wild card in it for me is still Finn Balor because he was the one who's kind of like just needling both Dom and Liv. And now that Liv's out of the equation, and like you said, Kev, maybe she can be doing some backstage stuff after a couple of weeks and be there. So I'm very curious what his how'd you do that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
pressing buttons now.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm very curious where that goes because, he's such a dick. I've said it months and months again. Like, you don't want your friends to succeed in the Judgment Day, man. What is your deal, Finn Balor? But all right, we'll keep an eye on that. AEW, as the boys are learning technology here of Zoom. If you're watching on the YouTube, we've had eyeballs and rocket ships come up, and it's just a technological wizardry
Oh, that's
here.
dumb. A purse.
Yeah.
All right.
Leave your
AEW.
baggage at home.
AEW. Very cool. They did Grand Slam
Fuck.
Mexico on
It was
Wednesday
awesome.
night. Arena Mexico.
See,
Thank you, Kev.
Muy,
Yes.
muy bueno. Muy
Yeah.
bueno.
Yeah. What I mean, I think just being in that environment and with a great crowd, a big crowd, especially MJF doing the whole like
El
is it
Grande
MJF?
Americano?
Yeah, is it
Yeah,
MJF
pretty
or El
much.
Grande Americano? I'm seeing double here.
They looked, the builds are similar.
That's true. It is true. Maybe it's an interpromotional thing. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it for it. You know, I thought it was very house show esque.
Yeah.
and that's a compliment.
Good way to put it. I didn't think they needed a 14-man tag match to open, but
But that sounds like a house show to me.
But
you
what
know?
was cool was Brody King breaking out his lucha skills because he did train lucha at Santino Brothers in LA. So yeah, very cool. And his Abolish Ice shirt I thought was awesome too. Regardless of your political stance, I thought the shirt was awesome.
You want to get a baby face reaction in Mexico? I think you wear that, and that would probably play off well. What can we take a minute to talk about Mercedes Moné and all these? Did you say no?
I like it when the
I
belts
said
fall
no.
off.
We're keeping moving.
I would rather talk about her dating the Beast Mordos than her wrestling. Because the joke right
Allegedly.
itself,
Allegedly.
bestiality,
Yeah, I made that
animal
joke.
torture. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Joe, what's your memento? You got something for us?
No, we are getting un momento of
Oh,
talking
I
about
see. I see. One
Mercedes.
moment. Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, listen. She's won like every single title of any promotion that she's been in. I'm still not like convinced. Like, it's just something about this character. I think in ring she is doing really, really well. But I don't know if it's just the gimmick of, you know, being the money maker, whatever it is. I don't know. I just don't feel it. And the more as times goes on, I question that myself. I'm like, am I like one of the only ones not getting it?
You are.
Because she's got all this. Oh,
You are the only one
Thank you,
not
Cody.
getting it.
okay. You
She's
confirmed it.
the greatest women's wrestler in the history of women's wrestling. And you idiots don't respect, understand, or appreciate what she's bringing to the table.
And
So
she's
she's-
only been wrestling for what, a year, Coney?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
A year and
Yep.
a half tops. Because at
Right.
one time, she showed up at All In the crowd because she had a broken foot. So, shut your mouth,
That's right.
all of you, and then just enjoy the Moni experience. I'm
she-
Coney Tom.
Kevin
I
has
should be
something.
Moni
Oh,
Tom.
Coney,
huh?
I got to ask you a question.
I could be Moni Tom. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I'm gonna take that.
Coney, what's your thoughts of the WNBA?
It's fucking brilliant. I love women's sports. I'm not like Brian. Jeez.
So you'll have to talk to Jason sometime.
And you know, Jason and I text about the WNBA all the
okay.
time.
Good.
All the time.
Jacksonville in line to get a team?
I doubt it. Unless
the Jacksonville
greatest
Jumpers.
promoter.
Woo!
The
unless the
JJs.
greatest promoter in the history of professional wrestling decides he wants to bring a WNBA team to the Jacksonville area. They could be called the Jacksonville Elite.
And if they do get that
that's a good
team,
name.
will Mercedes be the top star and you automatically win the WNBA championship with her on the
No.
team?
Yes.
Because the greatest mascot in the history of sports is Buckets for the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh,
Sparty.
allegedly.
So Mercedes would be number 2 behind Buckets. But
Gotta
watch your
go.
mouth.
All
Watch
right.
your mouth, Brian. I gotta
Merce-
go.
Thank you, Coney. So
Wow.
Mercedes is the goat. So we have a goat
Apparently.
dating a beast. Okay, that's all kinds of weird animal shit going on there. And for Tony Khan, a champion of women, that was one women's match on Wednesday's 2.5 hour edition of Dynamite. I would like to point that out.
Are women allowed to wrestle in Mexico?
We had one match, but maybe it's a one match limit.
I mean, Carmen Sandiego showed up at the end, which was cool.
That's where she
So-
was.
That's where she was.
The
Mexico.
loot.
Arena, Mexico.
Rockapella was singing.
Rocker.
Been around the world to the London to
Winning titles and
in
CML.
the world is
Tony
San
Storm
Diego.
Marino. Ryan, I do agree. Align with your thought process with Mercedes. So many belts, and I still put her below Tony Storm. If she takes the belt from Tony, I'll look at her in a different way. But I'll say I don't know 80% of those belts. The one that needs a little bit more, I guess, Velcro or more new fastener buttons. The one that fell off.
They all fell off when she got suplexed. It was like
That
it was
was
like
funny.
Sonic when he get hit and all the rings pop off of him.
they showed
And she
that,
falls in
yes.
slow motion.
But we'll see.
I've not been a fan of Sasha Banks is greater than Mercedes Moné in my book.
Yeah,
I've been saying
I'm
that
with you.
since she's shown up.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Real quick. Seen this floating around wrestling Twitter, so I thought we could do our own little modified version. It's just I'm christening it called "Who You Got." If you're a listener, a watcher, of the pod, I think you know at least some of our favorites and ones that we don't like. You know, Joe shockingly doesn't like Charlotte and Nia Jax. Kevin loves Bret Hart, right? You know a little bit of those. So we're gonna do kind of a little bit of a deeper dive where I'm going to give each of the guys 2 wrestlers and they just got to tell me who they got, and they can give a little reason why. And it doesn't have to be, this person's the better wrestler. It could be, I got him because I met him at the Buc-ee's in, Savannah, Georgia, whatever the case, but you got to give me who you got.
Do they have a
reason
Buc-ee's
why.
in Savannah, Georgia?
I
The
cannot.
devotion,
Buc-ee's
the
in Savannah.
accuracy is a big deal on this program. So
All right, we'll look it up. We'll see what it is. I got me thinking that because I was just in Grand Rapids for work, and they have a billboard up in between Lansing and Grand Rapids that says Buc-ee's 444 miles, which is hilarious.
On the
That
way
is
to
funny.
Indy, there was one that's like 291. I'm like, oh, we're close to Buc-ee's, and Brett's like, huh? I'm like, buddy, yeah, it's only 6 hours away in Kentucky. That would be the one, Brian. The
That
one
would be the one. Yeah,
in Kentucky.
that's not funny. All right, Jay, I'll have you go first, buddy. All right, are you ready for who you got?
that was not supposed to happen.
Apparently, he's
Killing
not
the
ready.
bit already. Yes.
I love Brian. He's a great guy.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Jason, who you got? Ric Flair or Chris Jericho?
Chris Jericho,
Why is that?
because I've given him thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over the years to go on those cruises.
Yay. All right.
The top shelf of my belts are the 2 Jericho belts. So yeah, that's it.
Love it.
Thanks for the bit. Move on.
All right. You got it. Kevin,
Yo.
your 2 are Kevin Nash and Sting.
Ooh.
Who you got?
I'll go Sting.
Oh,
And the reason why, one of my top, actually, I guess I can say this about both things. Both were part of the some of my favorite times of wrestling. Nash got hokey for me at the tail end of WCW, where I feel like Sting always stayed at the time where I was always interested. And then both of them kind of became hokey on and off in TNA. But I always wanted a Sting shirt. Actually, Jay got me a Sting shirt. Always wanted a black and white Sting shirt. I got the classic Sting
Never
shirt.
enough for you, is it? Jesus
Never
Christ.
enough.
I'm the only child, and you're acting like one. Jesus Christ.
But
Fuck.
that was tough. Good question.
yeah. No worries. All right, Joe, your 2. Who you got? Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
Orton, longevity, and could go down as a goat of professional wrestling in general. He's changed his gimmick so much, and the most important reason, I went to a house show years ago, and we were at ringside because I was with my wife, and that's the only way she'll go. Randy was facing Rusev, and there was a special needs guy who was like sitting by us, and he was so excited to see Randy, and he's like, "Hi, Randy! Hi, Randy!" and Randy had Rusev in a headlock and walking around, and then he stopped, went right next to him, and went, and then continued and waved to him, and
Yeah.
it didn't just make the guy's night. It basically is probably something that's like it made that guy's life,
Yeah.
but also touched me in a way as I love
Oh.
house shows, and it made me
Right.
respect Randy Orton even more. So that was easy. Randy,
So Randy
because-
Orton touched you?
yes, there you go.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, yes, because
Gotcha.
he didn't have to. He stopped
Yeah.
and waved to the guy, and then continued with the match. That's why you love house
Okay.
shows.
Well, did you ever go to a house show and threaten to beat up Finley?
No, that was Brian.
I know.
I
What? Whoa, whoa.
Yes.
What is this story?
this
Oh, you
there's
don't know
I
the
think the
story?
truth has been stretched
I
on this
don't.
a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit.
So
No, Brian tried to kick Finley's ass.
no, it was like this. Kevin and I
Did
went
you,
to
like-
a house show at MSU.
Yeah.
We were in the lower bowl. Brian was at ringside, and we could see him. And then Finley's walking around, and Brian just stands up, all 104 pounds of him at the time, and puts his fist up like 30 style boxing. Like,
I
ooh,
would-
I'm gonna
Oh,
get
like the
Richard
Notre
Lee."
Dame
Protecting
mascot.
the right
I
to,
was with my girlfriend at
ex-girlfriend.
the time.
Yeah,
Make
he
sure
was
we get
protecting
that part
her
out.
honor. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, Brian. You were just like, and
Well, I
Kevin and I
love
were
it.
like,
It's nice.
oh snap.
Let me
And
ask you
shockingly,
this.
I've got the video of that. Let's roll. No, I don't have it.
Let me ask you this, Brian.
It's too
Of
long.
all of our choices that we chose, would you
Yeah.
have flipped it around with any of our choices? Like taking Brock
For
over
me
Randy?
personally,
Yeah, you personally.
I probably would have did Nash.
You would have taken Jericho over
when
Flair.
Because he's big, sexy.
that's a toss up one, man. That's a real toss up one. I might lean toward Flair too on that one, but Nash would be my clear winner because I've never been the Sting guy. And when Nash and Hall they started NWO, like that was just holy shit, this is fucking great. So yeah, Nash just hit the highest of highs for me, and Sting, respect like Sting, but never been a Sting guy.
Jay,
I'm well aware of Brian is not a Sting guy because for years I'm like, Sting's coming to the WWE and Sting's coming to the WWE.
I'd shoot it down. Yeah.
Shoot it down.
And shout out to Kevin Nash with his jackknife Kush.
That's true. We saw him at GCW at Harpo's, which is just
GCW.
like a most ridiculous thing that ever has happened. Like where I'm at freaking Harpo's, which if you're not from Detroit and listening or watching is a rock and roll club in a not so good part of Detroit. And there's, this legend, Kevin Nash at GCW coming on out. It was very, very cool, but very head scratching that this is actually happening right now. Cool. Let's roll with it. All right. Anyone have a spot of the week? All right, I'll give you mine. Fantastic.
I give a shout out to Oscar's makeup. Always
Cool.
top tier.
Yeah.
There was something on Raw that I liked. I just don't remember
I
what
can't
it is.
remember, but we never did a who you got for Brian.
Who cares?
Well, Kevin kind of gave me a
Okay.
who would you of the choices? So.
Fit
Who cares?
Finley. Fit Finley.
Fit Finley or my ex-girlfriend? Fit Finley. Just kidding.
Okay, Brian.
No, you're not. You're not just kidding.
Shout out to what's her name?
That one's easy. Fit Finley.
It was a
Doesn't
quick
matter.
one.
She's not listening.
No, of course not.
And neither are our wives.
No.
Her band followed me at one point online. I don't think she knew who I don't think she remembered it was me. I think it was just because I was working in radio at the time, but her band fucking followed me.
Maybe it was her street team.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. I do have a spot of the
My
week.
favorite memory was I was with Brian after they broke up, and he chased her down. I was like, "You're a coward! You're a
Oh my God, were you at
coward."
that? The Stone Temple Pilots show?
I was with you, yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't remember you were being there. That's
You're
crazy.
A coward!
Yeah, that's right.
coward. We won't get into why, but she
Yeah,
just
that
was.
was not my
No.
proudest moment, but you
No,
live and you learn.
Be proud of that.
Why am I
vibes.
picturing Brendan Fraser in school ties in the rain yelling, cowards to everyone? And that's what Brian
It wasn't
was doing.
raining.
Meanwhile, Stone Temple Pilots starts playing Big Empty or whatever.
I'm actually going to see Stone Temple Pilots next weekend.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
I saw him with Jeff Goot a couple years ago. He's solid.
I was gonna go see Fuel tomorrow. If you're listening on Friday, they're in Ohio
Shimmer
at the Rock and Rib Fest. But they don't go until 9. I'm like, nah, fuck that. So yeah, and they have Fuel. So this is kind of, we talk music and shit sometimes on this show. So the whole Fuel thing's been kind of weird. It was Carl Bell and Brett Scallions. They were the main two. And then for a while it was Brett's band. Then it was Carl's band. And then it was Brett's band again. I did some research. They apparently had a deal in 2010. Brett would have the name for 10 years and the band. And then in 2020, it expired. And now Carl's back, and they have a new singer that is from America's Got Talent, just like Jeff Goop from STP is.
Really?
He's really good. They have a record that came out in like 23. And yeah, so I'm not going because, like I said, it starts at 9. I'm not. And
it's in Ohio.
It's Ohio. Fuck that shit.
Gross.
But
There's
I am
very
going to see,
little.
But I am
want
going
to go see in Ohio.
STP for sure next Saturday, and I might be going to see Avril Lavigne next Thursday.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Skater girl.
Skater girl.
Yeah.
Love Avril Lavigne.
Don't hit too much trapping.
Don't knock Fuel. They have created one of the greatest songs that's wrestling related. Leave the memories alone.
Brett Scallions,
Fuel
not the
song.
singer. Yeah, but it's not Brett.
From that Ric Flair package from when he was retired for the real first time.
I'm still disappointed you didn't mention Sour Girl when you said that's what the song was playing for Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, yeah, perfect. That was good.
That's true. That is true. Well,
that was good.
The spot of the week I had is Will Ospreay.
Coward.
I got this saved. He's standing on top of the turnbuckle. Everybody's on the outside. His back is to them. So instead of doing like a moonsault flip, I don't even know how to describe this. He jumps and he jumps, does a 360 twist, right? So now he's facing the opponents. And after he completes that, like the twist, I guess a 180 twist, 180 twist. Then he does he tucks and does a somersault. And he twists again. He lands horizontal on the guys. As I like to do, I like to send you guys my spot of the week so you guys know what the hell I'm talking about if you don't remember seeing this on AEW last night. So shout out to Will Ospreay. Oh, condolences. His grandpa passed too. He announced that on Twitter after Arena Mexico show last night. So condolences to Will Ospreay. Fun dude.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else a spot of the week besides Oscar's paint?
I got stuff from Raw. I just don't remember.
Right. All right, Joe.
Yeah, I did the one that I don't remember either, but it was definitely during the AJ Styles match. There was something that went on in there. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Seeing AJ do that, but I just can't remember what it was. I think it was the counter to the Styles Clash. It was a Styles Clash out of nowhere is what I called it.
I know
for
what
someone
mine
who's
is.
47, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Not only did the Beast Mordos score Mercedes Moné, he's going to become a lawyer soon.
Yes. But big week for the Beast Mordos news.
Yeah, good for him.
He's going to be a lawyer.
1-800 call Mordos.
All right. And I was kind of tongue in cheek saying, there's nothing worth seeing in Ohio a minute ago because Joe, you're headed to Raw in Columbus on Monday.
That's right.
Yeah, you were you gave me the stink eye there. What are you talking about here, buddy? You got a big day planned Monday.
He has glasses on. What do you mean stink eye?
Yeah,
you can't even see his eyes.
How'd you even know it was me?
Because no facial hair.
Yes, Joe. It's probably going to be my last Raw or live event for a while. But yes, I am splurged and going to be going to Raw in Columbus this Monday. And I'm really excited that they kind of built up this card. So, I mean, they announced what matches are going to be going on ahead of time. So we get to see Bayley versus Becky for the IC title. We get to see Jey Uso versus Cody. So Cody's going to be on Raw. Yep. So that's another one. And what was another women?
Is Alexa Bliss been announced?
Yeah, we're getting Alexa Bliss and Jade Cargill.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
For
Cargill?
Yeah, Cargill.
Cargill and Glaves.
Been a rough week for pronunciations on this show.
Yes, it was. But we're getting that match too. So Alexa is going to be wrestling in her hometown.
All
which is
right,
taking
awesome.
an L.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a really exciting show. And I was in the back of my mind, I'm still going, CM Punk's going to say that you have to face me tonight. And I'm not going to Saudi. We'll get that title match, but it won't happen.
Yeah,
But
That'd be awesome.
Wishful thinking.
But
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, like with this whole Gunther Goldberg thing, will he show up in Columbus?
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
I doubt it. But the only time
They
I've
were in
ever
Green Bay last week.
the only time I've ever seen Goldberg live was at World War III '98 when he was a champion, and he didn't even wrestle that night. He did
I
a
know.
run into Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well, Kevin, I saw him at the SummerSlam Vegas.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Jo-
so it's like that's going to be an exciting night. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That'll be
Can
good.
you share your seat location?
I'll be ringside.
Woo, doggy.
You know where
All right.
I'm gonna be front row. Where
Wearing
the,
your That Wrestling Podcast T-shirt.
where the
'cause that would
stairs
be
are.
awesome. That would
Where
be
the stairs
very.
are. Okay.
where the stairs are.
That would be
All right.
something that someone who loves this show would do. Like one person that overpaid for a fucking toy ring that wasn't even complete. Joe.
But Brian did send me something yesterday that EO's going to be at a Kroger
yeah.
Right.
like 20 minutes away from Columbus
EO's guys.
on Sunday. EO's guys is going to be at
EO's
Kroger.
guys.
EO's guys is going to be there. And my wife was like, "We got to go." Because
Gotta
we
go.
planned on waking up early to
Wow.
go like on like a nature trail and then
Yep.
going to the High Bank Distillery afterwards.
Cool.
And then checking into the hotel. But then she's like, well, after High Bank, let's just go to Kroger and, get a picture with EO. And I'm like, that's both women's champions that you got
Oh,
to.
yeah. Tiffany.
Just this time on purpose.
This time's on purpose.
Right.
Tiffy was not on purpose. But
Yeah.
so we're going to do that and
Oh, right
check
on,
out
man.
check out the downtown area. And yeah, I get another chair.
Cool.
Very
It's
cool.
a big
Now,
day, man.
and I'm supposed to be getting 2 autographs again. Any
Oh, you
predictions
did-
on who they're going to be?
You did the VIP thing again?
Yes, I did the VIP thing again.
Nice.
Oh.
Because
the
last
mini
time
belt- the
I
mini
got Drew McIntyre and The Miz.
If the mini belt's different this time and you want to
There's
get
no
rid of that
mini belt
extras,
this time.
they aren't making many of them anymore, which bums me out because I got a
It's-
fucking thing full of them.
There's no mini belt, so this is still the last one.
Yeah, then you gave me one of those. You
Yes.
gave me the extra. So
Yeah, because I traded you a chair and the mini belt for a WrestleMania chair.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah,
I completely
so I felt like a
forgot.
VIP chair wasn't enough for WrestleMania, so I had to add something to it. But no, we get the drawstring bag, the autograph picture, the chair, and obviously the event.
Nice.
Good time. Good time to be had.
Yeah, it's kind of like my birthday gift to myself. So
Yeah, you just gonna
What are you, like,
say it.
50?
This is
close.
Joe's
This-
birthday
That's
is tomorrow.
right.
If you're listening on Friday, happy birthday,
Exactly,
Joe.
Yeah.
That's not even sarcastic.
Jason
That's
likes
awesome, man.
birthdays.
That's an
That's what-
authentic birthday wish to you.
Thank you very
It
much.
is.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
You're-
And
you're
no,
welcome.
I'm not 50 yet, Kevin. I'll be turning 40. I'll be 46 tomorrow, jerk.
Well, Brian's birthday is in like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I'm in 3 weeks. And Kev, you're in what,
Um,
like October?
Yeah, October. I'll be there in a few months.
Yeah, but
We'll
I
get
turned
there.
49 in a couple weeks.
Oh.
And then the planning
shit.
process begins for Jason Palooza.
Yeah.
next year.
50.
You're gonna
back.
get STP and fuel.
I'm gonna get
both.
I want to get Brett Scallion's version of Fuel, and then
Yeah.
What if you get
both,
fuel?
both versions play. Yeah.
Yeah,
What if
so I'm
you
gonna have them both.
fuels?
One will open and
Fuels
then-
with the Z.
That's right.
No, we
yeah.
got to get tonic.
a fuel cover band called Fuels, or could they just be called Sheets? Because gas station. Yeah.
Oh, fuel.
Uh,
yeah, fuel.
never
We're gonna
mind.
Get we're going to
Bad
get
joke.
gasoline for
I should
Jason.
have stopped at Fuels. Okay. All right, fellas. A lot of fun this week, as always.
no, stop it. I was trying to find that trombone and I hit every other thing.
It's all good. It all fits.
It was the remix.
Yeah. Can you hear
All
those
right.
crickets?
No.
No.
No, I don't know why the fuck sometimes this thing doesn't work.
I believe that's happening because of the audience.
I love
but-
Brian. I love Brian. He's a great guy.
Thanks, Peter. Always can count on you.
One more. Then you can wrap this up, Brian.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Oh, that's a classic.
I take Fiona out? I guess I did.
I bet you can't get a boner.
All right, Brian, you can finish.
Yeah, I'll be Fiona.
I farted.
Yeah, say I can feed you a new version, I'm sure, because that's how she is. It's youtube.com/That Wrestling Podcast. At That WrestlePod is social media. Whatamaneuver.net is for merchandise. For Kevin, Joe, and Jason, I'm Brian. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week for our Night of Champions preview and predictions episode right here on That Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow @ThatWrestlePod on social media.